Welcome to the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast, where business owners, thought leaders, and community champions from across Central Illinois come to share their story. The Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. Anything less would be uncivilized.
What's up, Central Illinois? It's Derek Hayden here with Garrett Ulmer. We are your hosts for the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. This is BIZ Tips number 3, where we bring you tips, tricks, tactics to help you gain some business, increase your sales, really just improve your business game in general. So what we're going to talk about today is books. So some books that we have read or are reading or have been recommended to us that can help give you some business savvy tactics. So Garrett, what are you reading now?
I tell you right now, first off, yes, Derek and I can read for all you individuals that you know us or have been listening to us.
We try. Books on tape.
Exactly. So I tell you what, Derek, one of the books I'm reading right now was referred to us from one of our guests, Josh Rorscheid. Sorry if I messed your name up there, Josh, but it's Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I want to say that he was referred that book from one of our guests, Brandon Lockhart, as well, if I remember right from our discussion.
Yep.
So I'm about 3/4 of the way through that. And man, it's a great book on just how to speak to individuals, learn how to, comprehend what they're trying to get from you and what you're also trying to learn from them. So great book and highly recommend it.
Yep. One of the books I have to recommend that I read probably 4 or 5 months ago. So our first 2 Biz Tips episodes were about video. So I read a book called Visual Sale, and it is by the author is Marcus Sheridan. I think he co-authored that with someone. I can't remember the name, but the Visual Sale is all about using video in business. And a lot of the tips that they share in that book, Garrett and I have put to use. And actually, when I read it, we were already doing a lot of the things that book recommended. So felt good about what I was doing. But if you are new to video or wanting to get better at video, then I recommend grabbing that book. It was a pretty quick read. It gives you some strategies that you can use immediately in your business.
Yeah. I tell you another one that, Derek, if you look over, if my camera angle is right, is it your right shoulder? And I see that purple cow back there in your office. So that's a great book to check out, Purple Cow by Seth Godin. And it's just that. And Derek and I talk about it a lot. And basically what it's going to go over with you is how to stand out and be different in your market, and what other businesses and how they have made it work with people that do the similar type stuff that you have to offer, but how you can stand out and be different. So that's a great book to check out there.
Another one that both Garrett and I don't know if Garrett's read it yet, but we have taken strategies from the author, is called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. So this is one of my all-time favorite reads. I still follow Chris Voss even after reading the book. I've purchased the masterclass where he talks about hostage negotiation, basically. So Chris Voss is the ex-FBI hostage negotiator. He was the lead negotiator for hostages back in the 90s, I think. So what he does is he basically converts hostage negotiation into business use, and just talks about how you can utilize those same tactics in conversation to win people, win business, how to create more conversation, how to get people talking about their experiences. So it's been super intriguing, and Garrett and I use those tactics on a regular basis. Actually, if you listen to all of our podcasts, you can probably take out some of these strategies that we learned from Chris Voss in our podcast. Once you read the book and go back and listen to some of our stuff, you're going to say, that was a Chris Vossism right there. So I think I'll speak for Garrett when I say that that's been a huge hit for our business.
Off the book side there, but it's funny because a lot of these books kind of correlate around the same thing, Derek, and you'll agree with me. It's about becoming a better listener and not talking all the time, which is sometimes hard for any individual that's in sales, but it all goes back to becoming an excellent listener. And it's funny, everybody at that point then will start looking at you as a great conversationalist. But I'm going to go over a couple quick books here that are on my list to check out here soon. And that is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then the one-page marketing plan. Those are on my, as soon as I get done finishing up here with the How to Win Friends and Influence People, those are the 2 books that I'm looking to start dabbling into next. Derek, what do you got on your list to check out?
Well, I'm getting ready to start. I've like read the first one page of introducing the book. It is called, well, it's like LinkedIn Sales Strategies, I think is the name of the book, but it is written by Daniel Disney. He's a LinkedIn influencer and has a lot of big hits on LinkedIn, and kind of teaches you about how to gain attention on LinkedIn and how to win business. So I'll keep you all updated on how that goes. I don't know if there's anything else I have to recommend, but
no, the biggest thing for me is Derek and I are always open to hearing about. One of the things we try to ask most of our guests, or just individuals that kind of are in our circle of influence, is what are you reading and how's it helping you? And so if you've got some tips of some books that you have read that have been a big influence for you and kind of made you think outside the box, be sure to let us know so we can pass that on not only just to us, but our listeners as well.
Yep. Well, that's all I've got, Garrett. We wanted to keep it short and sweet.
Boom.
This has been Biz Tips number 3. So until next time, y'all have been civilized. Catch you later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CIBL podcast. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It's the civilized thing to do.